Now, here's the host of Good as Gold, Nick Grovich.
Hi, welcome to the show. Carl Ladas filling in with Nick Grovich. I have Brian McClain from the office and Jennifer Miles as well joining me today on the radio.
So this is going to be a fun show.
Absolutely. You know what? I forgot the beer. But anyway, just a quick couple of housekeeping items. This Wednesday, the 10th, at the Doubletree Resort, we're having a free seminar. Come out and meet the team from American Federal. There's limited seating. We've got a few seats left, don't we, Jen?
We just have a few, so
Okay.
it will be Wednesday, so make sure you give us a call.
Yeah, give us a call at 480-553-5282, or you can visit our website and sign up at americanfederal.com. Also, we have got an 800 number if anybody's out of the greater Phoenix area. It's 800-221-7694.
Guess I never thought about that. They could fly in just for the seminar. Come meet us.
We've had people fly in before.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
All you out in Palm Springs, come on in. We're warmer. We're warming up, actually. This next week should be a little warmer.
Well, let's get on to a couple of quick market update. Everybody, if you're watching the markets, you've seen everything in the precious metals markets pretty much up today. Gold actually hit a 3.5-month high, and it moves above its 200-day moving average, primarily due to a slumping U.S. dollar index and safe haven buying caused by the poor economic data released here in the United States. Gold's currently trading at $11.55 an ounce. We might see some legs on this run. Fed numbers have pulled back expectations on rate hikes, and we believe this is currently being factored into the markets. Just so you know, 1180 is the next bull support level. However, if non-farm payroll beats expectations, I believe that was talked about in the last show that was on the air. If the payroll comes out at jobs report at 190,000 or more created in January, we could see bears next near-term downside risk at 11.15. It'll hurt the market for gold. Silver broke out of its 50-day moving average. It's been playing catch-up. It's a little late coming out of its hole, probably because the rest of the commodities have all been kind of lagging as well. Oil's starting to move up as well as copper. So for the commodities market, for the near term, it looks pretty decent. Bear downside risk and silver's 14 an ounce, bull breakout objectives $15 an ounce, which we're darn close to it right now. We're trading at 14.88 bid silver, 14.98 ask on physical spot silver. So we're pretty darn close to that $15 mark. Platinum. Kind of some interesting notes I learned this morning on platinum. It's recovering from a 7-year low a few weeks ago. Breaks out above the $900 mark. It's currently trading at $903 an ounce. Experts at Johnson Matthey said last month that platinum is expected to post a bigger than expected supply deficit for 2015. So their numbers are coming. Remember, only 6% of platinum produced gets turned into bullion, folks. So if they're having trouble producing platinum, that's even less platinum that gets turned into tradable bullion. Another good reason to like platinum. And the new news this week that indicates platinum production could be hit even harder for this year. It comes from the world's number 3 platinum producing nation in Zimbabwe. Remember, 3 of the major mines in the world are out of Africa. There in Zimbabwe, the government's making a strong move to reduce the available land used by mining by the number 2 largest platinum producer, Impala Platinum. Land loss expected to be close to 50%. That's a big chunk of the mineable land that Zimbabwe's government's going to take over. They actually started this move back in March of 2013 when the government decreed the lands should be returned to the state because they aren't being fully utilized. Anyway, so that's kind of the move, that's another reason to like platinum. What do you think, Brian?
What does that mean for platinum?
Well, I'd tell you, just from when we buy and sell platinum, just when people call up and they want to buy it, almost every phone call, I need to say, let me call you back. I need to check and see what's available. And it changes from day to day, product line to product line. There just isn't a whole lot of it floating around out there. We're primarily, we're pretty much just, our supply of platinum's new platinum. It's the primary market. It's manufactured new platinum. The secondary market, with prices being low, remember, platinum's only been down for a couple of years. A lot of people got into it on its climb up to $2,300 an ounce in 2008. Some made a move out of it. A lot of people are sitting on it, so they're taking losses in platinum. They're not selling their platinum back into the market, so it does not become available for you and I to buy it or anybody else. So that's the secondary market. And again, production, with my suppliers, when I call them up, I'm getting it's going to take 3 to 4 weeks or 6 weeks for delivery. That's because they're selling it before it's even delivered to the suppliers. It's still getting produced. Very short supply on platinum. I don't know if I could go buy $100,000 worth of platinum today. Gold, silver, not a problem. Not a problem at all.
Well, Brian, I know, sitting next to your office, my office is next to Brian, so I hear him all day long, but you are a platinum total advocate. You love platinum, right?
Absolutely, it is. If you like, Nick came out with a brochure called "Is Platinum Perfect for You?" It's about a 20-minute read, and it's one of the most enlightening brochures I've ever read on metals. And when you look at the historical position of platinum over the last 40 years, averaging 36% more than gold, today it was $250 less than gold. And as my wife would say, that's a bargain. Okay, that's a bargain.
The blue lights are flashing.
Yeah, and you know, down in Texas we say buy low, sell high, and it's low. And now it's starting to make that charge. And it will eventually reach that point where it surpasses gold, and we'll get to that 35%. And if you bought low, you're going to be sitting in a much stronger position than with any metal that I see out there right now.
Hey, if there's anybody that wants to get a copy of that platinum book, give us a call at the office. It's 480-553-5282. Is platinum perfect for you? It is, like Brian said, a 20-minute read, super informative. You can also request a copy on our website, which is americanfederal.com. But we'll send it to you for free. Check out some of the other books. I'm sure we'll talk about a few also, but it's platinum. It even sounds pretty.
Now, how do you buy platinum? What does it come in? Well, it comes in coin form. It comes in bar form. In the brochure, if you have one or if you receive one, you'll see that we mentioned Platinum Eagles. We really try to get our clients into products that they can make money at with minimal increase in the metals markets. And when we return in this next segment, we're going to go a little bit more in depth on that and explain the differences between different types of products.
So hang in there. We got much more to talk about.
Once again, here's Nick Grovich.
Hi, Carl, Jen, and Brian filling in for Nick today. Nick's actually in Long Beach at one of the largest coin shows of the year. Another one, he was in Florida last couple of weeks ago, and now he's in Long Beach, hopefully having some luck out there at the Long Beach show. Before the break, we were talking about platinum, what types of products are out there, what types of products are available. If you want to go back about a year to 2 years ago, we were really high on Platinum Eagles. We've been high on platinum for a few years now, folks. But we really liked the Platinum Eagles at the time. We were getting them at very small premiums, basically buying them as bullion. Platinum Eagles, the United States minted coin. They made them from 1997 to 2008, 2009, and a lot of them were melted down, actually. We know what the mintages are, but we don't know how many are actually left out there. Industry actually bought them and minted them and melted them down for use. It was actually cheaper to buy them at one time from the mint already refined versus pulling the platinum out of the ground. So we really liked to recommend the Platinum Eagles at that point in time. You could buy them, very small mintages. It was a targeted recommendation. You had the price of platinum we believed was going to go up, and we still do. We're still believing that. But the nice thing about the Eagles, we saw a trend in the collector market heading towards Platinum Eagles. And when you see a collector trend starting to develop on something, and if you can get in at the ground floor, hence bullion pricing, a lot of times you can get a really good coin that you have a collector premium develop down the road. Whereas even though platinum hasn't moved up, it's actually gone down from when we sold a lot of Platinum Eagles to a lot of people. And I did a portfolio review for one of them not too long ago, just a couple days ago, and we figured out that he was actually not losing any money, even though platinum had gone down a couple $100 since when he bought. And the reason he wasn't losing any money was because he had platinum eagles, and now there's such a high premium on them that he wasn't losing any money. But because of that high premium, we're not recommending them to our clients anymore either. So the guys that are in them, got into them at the right price, are doing okay. But if you're looking for platinum eagles today, probably not the best product to get into. They're going to cost $200-$300 over spot, which, like Brian says, buy low, sell high. That's not buying low.
So what are we buying as far as platinum goes?
Well,
we're not doing eagles.
We've got some different. It just depends on what's available on the market. It's been primarily either platinum maple leafs out of Canada, platinum platypus, or what do you call multiple? What do you call multiple? Is it platypi?
It is
Platypuses?
a platypi.
Platypi.
And they are kind of cute too.
And then
I'm
there's.
really all about the shiny stuff.
We have to take all of our coins into Jen's office so she can gawk at them. But there are a few bars out there as well. The Pamp Swiss, Credit Suisse, Valcombi. It just depends on what's available. All the bars are within a few dollars of one another. The coins run another $10 or $15 an ounce is about all. So any of those types of products, you're buying as close to spot as possible. If you like platinum, that's probably where we would steer you in that type of direction right now. Speaking of bullion, I got a question that Jen passed on to me from George. He's a good listener of ours. We always talk about eagles, and his question was, well, what's wrong with rounds? How come you guys don't ever talk about rounds? Well, George, the reason is we screwed up. We should talk about rounds. There's nothing wrong with bars. There's nothing wrong with rounds. To be honest with you, eagles are by far, hands down, the most widely traded bullion coins in the world. And they cost more than bars and rounds. However, you get more back when you sell them. You can buy silver rounds cheaper than you can buy silver eagles, but you get less back when you sell them back. The main difference.
You're talking about over the spot price.
Over the spot
For
price,
somebody that
yeah.
I don't know very much. I'm just asking questions, but over the spot price.
Over the spot
right?
price, yeah. With silver rounds, you're going to play slightly over spot. When you sell them back, you're going to get below spot for them. Silver eagles, you're going to pay a little bit more over, and you're going to get real close to spot for them when you sell them back. Okay. Sometimes even, a buck or, 50 cents to $1 over spot when you sell them back. The spread between bid and ask, so if you were to buy them right now and then change your mind, walk out the door and come back in, remember, it's like buying a stock. You just can't, there's no returns.
Yeah.
So you would pay the market value. The spread between buy and sell is pretty much the exact same between the eagles or the rounds. The reason we recommend eagles, a lot of our buyers buy less than 500 ounces. We buy silver rounds in 500-ounce lots. We buy silver eagles in 500-ounce lots. Just about everything's bought in 500 ounces except for the big 100-ounce bars. We actually can lock in just a 100-ounce bar and buy those individually. So when you got a client that comes in but wants to order 200 silver coins, they typically get taught, we tell them, that's probably your best option, silver eagles, because we can buy and sell them because they're so readily available, so readily traded in any quantity. Whereas the silver rounds, unless I've got somebody out there that needs another, I've got to have extra buyers to justify buying 500 silver rounds to sell for a guy that only wants 40 of them or 60 of them. So that's the main difference. Silver eagles, we always need. A lot of times, if you're bringing them in to sell them to us, we have buyers that we need to cover for that we've already sold stuff to that 5 minutes before you walked in. We can pay you more for silver eagles 99% of the time versus if you walk in with a silver round, we normally don't have anybody lined up that's wanting silver rounds. Now, I say that, and I've got a bunch of guys that we haven't sold silver rounds to because they want 20 ounces here, 30 ounces there. But really, the real answer to the question is there's nothing wrong with silver rounds whatsoever. The nice thing about silver eagles, they're more readily available in any quantity, and you get a little bit better price for them when you sell them back. But they're both bullion coins. They're going to move with the price of silver.
I do have to say, George did email me, which we love to hear questions. We love to hear what people are looking for. Just like the seminar we're putting on or even the radio show here, we want to educate you. So if you have any questions, besides calling the office, 480-553-5282, feel free to email me. You can email it to info@americanfederal.com. Once you email it, I'll email you back and pass it on to the guys. They'll either give you a call or, hey, you never know, we might talk about it on the radio.
Brian, you want to mention some of these books sitting in front of you?
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, what are you doing
Wake
over
up,
there?
Brian.
I brought with me all the literature that we pass on to everyone that calls American Federal. The most important, and this is for anybody that is considering, has never been in the metals market, and it was a very controversial book when it came out because, as I like to think, it pulled back the curtain on the industry. And it was written by our founder and president, Nick Grovich, and it's called The Big Lies and Absolute Truth. And it's a very, very simple to understand book on precious metals. And it basically tells you that the days of numismatic coins, meaning the not so rare Goddens and
the semi-numismatic, just old, not really rare type stuff.
The premiums that are being charged out there by dealers, basically you're paying for overpriced and underachieving metal. Okay, gold has to reach a certain point before you'll ever break even. Again, the name of this game is to buy low, sell high. So meaning when you buy metals, you want to get them as close to spot as possible. Okay, and he details this in the 15 coins or the 15 truths no dealer wants you to know.
Oh, we're really loved for that one at the coin shows by other dealers.
Yeah, that's a good one. You might want to call us for that one.
Yeah, again, it's a brochure that basically these are all the coins that dealers are pushing, and again, overpriced and truly undervalued in when you go back to sell them. And then one of the scare tactics that we hear a lot about, and these are from people that have already bought coins, some in unbelievable amounts, they were sold on this whole theory that the government would someday or may confiscate their gold like they supposedly did back in the 30s. Well, Nick wrote a brochure entitled Confiscation, and it tells you that most of these high premium coins were the ones that they confiscated or asked to be returned. And again, goes back to the big lies and the absolute truth.
Yeah. That's what we're in business for, guys. We're teachers, we're educators, believe it or not. We educate people, we present them with the true information. We have all the data to back up what we're telling people, and we let them decide what they want to do with their coins, what they want to do, if they even want to be in metals. But if you are in any of those so-called non-confiscatable type metals out there, you might want to have us take a look and give you a portfolio review. We've actually charted thousands of coins. We can show you what the premiums are. Heck, I can even go back in time. If you tell me the date you purchased on, I can tell you what the price of gold was, and I can probably even tell you what your coin was trading for in the wholesale market. Some people want to know. Some people they don't. They know. They know that the problem is premiums have gone down on rare coins, wholesale premiums, and then tack on dealers' markups. Some of these big boiler rooms, they make on 40, 50, 60% markups. Some of the best dealers out there dealing in this stuff are working at a 15 or 20% range, which is a lot better. But even that being said, you're still in an illiquid product. You're in a product that, the premiums, it just depends. Depends on what coin you have as well. It's that gray area, the semi-numismatics, the Morgan dollars, all the common date coins that we've been getting people out of for years. And I bet you there's not one person in our database in the last 12 years you could look at and said that they would have been better off holding on to their rare coins versus converting it into bullion, which has been our recommendation for forever. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Thank you.
Once again, here's Nick Grovich.
Hi, welcome back, folks. Jen, Brian, and Carl filling in for Nick. He's at the Long Beach show. Over the break, we were talking about IRAs, so we thought we might talk about it a little bit in this segment. Brian's been doing a lot of work with people with IRAs. I've done a lot of work in the past. The one thing that I noticed, one thing I want to warn everybody, fiduciary. They just mentioned it on the commercial. Coin dealers do not have fiduciary responsibilities. If a coin dealer is calling you to set up a precious metals IRA, he's not even qualified to talk to you about it. You need to consult with a fiduciary, a financial advisor, somebody that's licensed to give you the correct information. The problem with coin dealers or anybody else talking to you about it is whatever they tell you, if they're wrong, there's no way you can hold them to the fire. You just are going to get the wrong information and possibly have something very badly happen to you with the IRS. One thing, precious metals IRAs, we deal with a lot in them. And a traditional precious metals IRA, a person will set up an IRA, they'll buy precious metals through the IRA, and those precious metals will be stored at a federally approved depository, most likely the Delaware Depository in Delaware. And probably 99% of people I talk to, when they ask me to review what their holdings are in their portfolios, they're holding proof gold, Eagles, proof gold, silver Eagles, proof platinum Eagles. Overwhelming majority of them are. And it would be refreshing to see somebody that just had a regular gold eagle, a business strike, a bullion version of the coin. The differences between the two is one coin's made, mass produced, which is just the BU, or we call it a business strike. It's mass produced for investors. You buy them really close to the spot prices of gold. There's no collector premium attached to them whatsoever. Now the proof gold is actually a proof coin made by the U.S. Mint as a collector version of the investment grade coin, the investment quality coin. They're prettier, they're shinier, they come in a nice velvet fancy box. Now the reason that most of those end up in IRAs are because you just can't look on our internet or anybody's internet and see what's proof gold's trading for. All you can see are retail prices out there. Again, you're mixing collectible with bullion type stuff. Dealers sell them because it's very hard for people to find out what they're worth, and they can make a lot more money selling proofs into IRAs than just the bullion coins. Bullion coins are completely eligible for IRAs. Okay, so again, it comes down to non-knowledgeable. They weren't, people aren't educated. It's not their fault. They're believing what somebody's telling them, and typically, heck, even I've seen some of these brokers, they don't even know the difference themselves. They're just told what to sell, and that's what they sell. I also had a question from a client the other day. He said, well, some of my, we got some dates. I said he's had proof gold in his IRA for many, many years. And I asked him for the dates of them, so he was able to find out the dates. I said, well, you got a couple of dates in here that are worth quite a bit more than even just a regular proof gold. By the way, proof gold's trading wholesale right now. Wholesale bid's like $240 over spot. That's it. So if you've got somebody selling them to you for $2,000, you probably don't want to buy them. They're just way
Brian,
too
is
high.
that when it's buy high, sell low? That's the wrong thing.
It burns me deep that when I see people that who trustingly listen to these people and believe them, okay? Because we should trust. But when you see in front of you, we had a gentleman come in today who bought rare numismatic coins, libs, and he spent $80,000 on them, a sizable investment. He sold them back and only received $55,000. Now, of course, he's now read our book, and he would never do that again. But it's incomprehensible to me that there are people doing business like this. And when I see people that are putting a portion of their IRA, their retirement, what they're going to live on later on, and people are still locking them into high-priced proofs and gold coin sets. Mm-hmm. Which, folks, this is the truth. Gold, I don't care how shiny, how pretty, or how it's set in fancy velvet boxes, whatever the spot price is, that's what it's worth to me, okay? An ounce of gold is worth an ounce of gold. So if you're paying, again, above that ounce, you have to come a ways. If you pay, let's just say 240 over an ounce of gold, you've got to wait. I call it getting to the black. You've got to gold's got to go up $240 before you get to the black. Now, that's one of the things that we at American Federal, we want you to get into the black as fast as possible. Okay? So we're not going to sell you for an IRA proof gold. We're going to sell you gold. If you want gold, we're going to get you in gold bullion. Coins or bars, whatever, to get you, when gold rises, you're in the black quicker.
Mm-hmm.
I see you guys deal with that a lot when my job, taking your anybody that sends in your portfolio, and you guys do a review, and then we have to get it in there, and you call them back, and I listen to you guys, and it's pretty sad because you have to kind of almost let them know the bad news. We love those days that it's not bad news, but yeah, that's pretty heartbreaking.
We're the bearer of bad news a lot of times. No, folks, not every dealer is a horrible dealer. We're just talking about the bad guys out there. Realize that there's a lot of good dealers still out there. But the proof gold thing, again, the dealers make a lot more money selling it. Now, there's times where I've recommended proof gold, but that's when there's, the lowest premium that we've seen on it in 10 years. Mm-hmm. Then it's like, well, pay the extra $50, and why don't we pay an extra $50 and buy proof? Heck, last year I sold some proof buffaloes. They were $30 or $40 more than the BU buffalo. Why not? It's a $30 risk. Mm-hmm. But when it's trading, it's been steady, 230 to 250 over spots. What proof gold's been trading for wholesale, probably for the last year, maybe 2 years. But we still see more and more people in them. Now back to my story with the gentleman with the dates. Some of those proof coins do have high premiums, and he had a few of them. And the problem is, in order for him to realize that super high premium on some of those dates, his coins need to be 70s. If they need to be sent off and get graded in proof 70. The problem is when you buy from these guys and they put proof gold into IRAs, there's a 99% chance that coin's already been sent to the grading service. It wasn't a 70. It got rejected. It ended up back in a capsule, back in the original government box, because that's the only way you can put proof gold into an IRA. It has to be an original box with the certificate. And then it gets sent off to Delaware where nobody ever looks at it. And that's pretty much where all the dogs of the proof market end up. All the lesser quality coins, or the ones that are just slightly off, typically end up in IRAs. And I've seen some nice, decent ones, but more often than not, they're exactly what we expect. They're not the best quality proofs that you would have out there. So if you've got something in there and you think it's a 70, probably not. Maybe if you got really lucky. But again, these are just stored in a big depository with your name on them.
So the biggest thing is if somebody has an IRA, especially obviously precious metal IRA, give us a call.
You need to take a look at it. You need to take a look at it every year at least. And especially with they've got a lot of people calling us with self-directed IRAs. We do portfolio updates. When you have a self-directed IRA, you need to know the market value of your portfolio at the end of every year. And every December, I get inundated with new portfolios to value for people that have them in self-directed IRAs so they can report it to the IRS. Again, that's a service we write that down end of the year. If you need your portfolio reviewed for your end of years, give us a call. We'd be more than happy to do it for you. But take a look at the IRAs. We've got people out there that are they're losing money. They bought precious metal IRAs at $1,700-$1,800 an ounce, or anywhere higher than it is today, and then they're getting killed. They bought proof gold. The dealers marked them up 40%, and then when it gets to that point, folks, you got to decide: do you really want? Remember, this is your retirement. It doesn't make any money until you sell it. You're not making any money off of gold in your IRA until it sells. And then you're when it comes time to take your distribution, you're at the mercy of the market. Hopefully it's higher than when you bought it. But I do have a lot of people in IRAs that are putting money. They're afraid of the stock market. Let's face it, everybody's afraid of the stock market, rightfully so. It's been a dismal year so far. And they're looking for a safe haven, so they're converting a lot of their money in their IRAs into gold. We're going with just gold, bullion coins, no proofs, no collector stuff. And they're going to sit on the gold for a while and ride this thing out and see what happens. They can always convert the gold back to cash within the IRA and reinvest it into the market when it drops. I don't think that's a bad plan. What I think is a bad plan is when some coin dealer calls you up and says, you need to convert everything you own into proof gold IRA. That's a bad plan. Okay, you need to remain diversified. Again, sitting on a little cash right now with the way things are going, I don't think it's a bad move. Gold's just another form of cash. It's a safe haven. If you've in the right product, you can turn it into cash. Heck, we can do it within 24 hours usually.
Yeah.
So,
with a number of clients I've worked with over the last couple of weeks who've been holding these proof gold coins and these gold sets, we have actually taken those, purchased those gold coins and sets from them and flipped them into platinum simple bars.
something to make up their losses faster because we think platinum's going to outperform gold.
Exactly. And then they can always, if they down the road when platinum high, drop back down into gold bullion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Coming up on another break, we're going to have a final segment coming up. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to call the office at 800-221-7694 or visit our website at americanfederal.com.
Once again, here's Nick Grovich.
Nope, it's not Nick Grovich. It's Jen, Carl, and Brian. We took over the show today. Go figure. I know, and they're letting a girl here. It's always the boys. I have to mention that we do have an upcoming seminar. We do have a few more spots available. It is filling up really quick at the Doubletree Resort, and it'll be this Wednesday, the 10th. It is from 1 to 4 p.m., so we will open the doors at 12. You'll be able to meet the guys. Everyone should be there from the office. Meet us all. There's only 8 of us. Come shake our hands. Sometimes it's a lot of fun to put voices to faces, which we were just talking about that. But give us a call at the office, 480-553-5282. You can visit our website at americanfederal.com. But sign up, come check us out at the Doubletree Resort on Wednesday. It is free. I don't know if anybody mentioned that, but it is free. We don't charge for this fun information.
And we have snacks there, too.
We do. And they're going to be good, too. It's the Doubletree.
That's as low as you can go.
Yes.
But take it away, guys. I said my piece, I guess.
Thanks for taking up 45 seconds.
I know.
So anyway, we're here for you if you need us. Give us a call. There's a wealth of knowledge in the office. We've got probably close to 100 years of knowledge in the coin industry. But yeah, we can do a lot for people. It really comes down to there's a lot more involved than just a salesman calling you up and telling you this is the deal of the century. You've got 5 minutes to buy or you're going to miss out and lose thousands of dollars. If you do get a call like that, just hang up on them. Nothing's that pressing. I talk to people every day, so does Brian. And one of the questions we like to do, we like to ask people, we ask a series of questions to try to get an overall picture of what the client's trying to accomplish, what other investments they have. It's not that we're being nosy. We're just trying to figure out if the person's trying to put every penny they own into gold, which we wouldn't recommend. We believe in diversification, and we believe in deferring how to diversify the rest of your portfolio to a certified financial advisor to do that for you. That's very important. Most financial advisors recommend 5, 15, maybe I've heard 20% of your total portfolio in precious metals. So you remain diversified. Our job is once you have that 5 or 15% that you want to put into precious metals, that's where we come into play. And that's how we give you recommendations on how to be diversified within your precious metals portfolio. So you've got a main portfolio that's diversified where you might have some stocks, some land, 401k, IRA, and then you've got your precious metals holdings, which right now we'd probably have you in some, obviously, bullion coins. We don't see any really super duper buys in anything else. There are some extremely rare coins. Nick's mentioned it in the past. They're not for everybody, but we do have some clients that have a substantial holding, diversified portfolio in bullion. Remember, the diversified portfolio in bullion is diversified from the rest of the portfolio. We're just separating it within the bullion category. Some of those people do have some pretty rare, pretty neat, rare coins, and that's something that we can help you out with if you're interested in. But it's not for everybody, and it does take a substantial amount of capital. So I mean, you might need 50 grand to put into one coin or more. So do the math. If you've got 50 grand to put into a rare coin, you've got to have at least 50 or 100 in bullion, and that's only 5% of your total portfolio. So you've got to have a substantial overall portfolio to do something like that. Otherwise, I'm just not comfortable doing it with anybody else, to be honest with you.
You know, you did mention about the dealers or somebody calling you instantly, make this purchase.
Yeah.
I do have to say, we at American Federal, we do have emails that go out. Sometimes the guys on their travels will buy some coins that we can actually offer at a pretty reasonable rate that we do have to get out quickly. But if you do want to receive any of these emails, give us a call at the office. Become one of our preferred members. We'll set you up. Get you these emails that Nick sends out. Not always are these emails including offers. A lot of times it's information as to what's going on in the market. If this is something you're interested in, give us a call at the 480-553-5282 or call us toll free at the 1-800-221-7694. You can also visit our website, which is americanfederal.com. Fill out the form, become one of our VIP members. Nick sends out not too many. I guess I'm not too busy sending out emails. So.
You're not going to get 3,000 emails from us. We do not sell your information or lend it out to anybody.
But you don't want to miss out on some of this information either.
I'm glad you brought that up, Jen. Just to kind of give you an idea how it works. Give you an example. Nick and I went and bought. This is kind of a long story, and I might pat myself on the back a little bit. But we did a good deed. We had a client up in Washington, midnight hour. Bank was ready to foreclose on his apple orchard. He was a farmer, and he had 30,000 ounces of silver he needed to liquidate and pay the bank, whatever he owed him, and. We pretty much, it was a trusted client of ours. We don't do this for everybody, but we actually give you an idea what type of guys we are. Nick locked him in over the phone. We wired the money into the bank that he owed the money to and got an airplane ticket all in the same half an hour. And actually locked him in. We actually wired the money before we even had the coins in hand. We'd locked him in on them. We flew out, took delivery of the 30,000 Silver Eagles, and on the way back to the airport, we were going to stop off and have them, ship them with Brinks. And I talked to Nick and I said, well, I guess you want me to call up and lock him in with our market maker and get, dump them, because 30,000 silver goes down 50 cents. That's a big chunk of money. Nick said, why don't we offer them to our clients at a $1 discount over what a regular Silver Eagle would cost, and we're going to make 50 or 60 cents more versus us dumping them into the market. It'll be a win-win for us and a win-win for our clientele. So we did it, and they sold out in about 2 hours. Wow. Nobody could even come close to competing. These were all sealed up in the boxes, nothing wrong with them, Silver Eagles. But that's kind of how it works. We're not going to take a loss on anything. We're in business to make money. We're not in business to gouge. We're in business to make a fair profit. Now, if we have an offer like that we send out, it typically is a really good deal for everybody, our clientele as well as us. And if you do see one of those, get on the phone and make a call if you're interested. I think the last couple of deals we had on gold, I bought a big deal on gold, and we dumped it. We sold out in 20 minutes. And
I love sending those emails out that say, sorry, sold out.
Sorry, sold out.
But always give us a call. You never know. We need to know what you're looking for, too.
Yeah. And again, if you're interested in something, I've got a lot of clients that, they're looking to buy, some half-ounce gold or quarter-ounce gold and just a few items here and there. And give us your wish list. We'll keep an eye out for it. If we get a good deal on something, we can give you a call. Just understand, we'll give you a good deal at the time. We don't know where the market's going, though. So I've got some guys I told that to 2 weeks ago and said, hey, why don't you just lock in now? Well, I'll wait and save a couple % on the premium, because if you buy one from a client, you'll offer it to me cheaper. I said, yeah, we'll do that, but gold's up $50. So he'll still get the deal and save 2% premium, but it kind of nullified the whole deal because gold's up so much. So also, I've recommended cost averaging in the past too to some of my larger clients. Why don't you buy on dips, cost average? When we were traveling, it can bite you in the rear end. Is what it can do, and it did it to me on the last deal I did not too long ago. 3 purchases, $50,000 each. The cheapest one we bought was the very first day he bought. Yeah, we watched it go up. It came back down, and we panicked and bought another bunch. Just, again, another example. We don't know where it's going. The best advice I've had was from my largest client this morning. He called me 3 days ago, quoted him on about, it was a really big sum of money. And he held off and called me back today, and I said, well, it's up, $40. It was actually more than that. It was up 10. It's 11.57 when I talked to him. Last time I talked to him was a 10.90, so $60. It was up. And he said his response was, I don't care what the price is. I'm buying a hedge. I don't care if it goes up $200. I'm buying a hedge and socking it away. And I thought, that's probably pretty sound advice. So we always mention big numbers too, folks. We deal with a lot of people in the, they buy a roll of Silver Eagles or a couple $1,000s worth of gold. So don't be put off by our big numbers and our big talk. They're just stories we're sharing, trying to let you know what we do out there.
One thing, Carl, that I'm really proud of American Federal is that we get a lot of calls from people that are considering a purchase. Mm-hmm. And we're not always going to be the cheapest, even though we get pretty much everybody gets their stuff from the same suppliers. But people will call up and say, hey, I'm considering buying whatever. Is this a good price? And we don't mind telling you, yes, it is, or no, it's not. If it's a good buy, we'll tell you. If we can beat that price, we're going to tell you that too. And if it's, if it's something that you should not even be looking at, we'll tell you that too. Nick and everyone here at American and Federal has invested 32 years in building a reputation that's as solid as gold.
Hey, that's pretty good. Can I use that?
Absolutely.